Hello, so as promised, here's the very simple video explaining what happens with the coronavirus vaccine program in the UK, at least when I had my vaccine as of today, the 14th of March 2021. So my doctor contacted me less than a week ago to say I was eligible for the vaccine and to get it booked, and that was, I assume, because I'm asthmatic. It's either because I'm asthmatic or I've got ulcerative colitis. But there's a lot of things where if you've got certain conditions, you'll get called up for the vaccine, or if you are in certain age groups, you've already been offered the vaccine. So essentially, you choose where you want to book the vaccine on a website. At least that's how I did it. So you can choose various places. I chose the one closest to my house for obvious reasons, because it's at least out of my way to go to it. So what ends up happening is you book a date and a time. You turn up at the place. And they had a one-way car park where I had my one done. So the idea is that, all the cars leave the car park one way and they go in via a different entrance. So you go in and park the car. You go up to the front door with your mask on. They get you to use some hand sanitizer at the door. And then you see the first person and they check your name and which doctor's surgery you've been referred from off of a list. So they tick me off. Didn't have to give an NHS number or anything like that. Once I'd had that bit done, they get you to stand in a queue with all the social distancing things before you either see a doctor or nurse, and they explain to you, like all the side effects of the vaccine. Do you definitely want to go ahead with it, and they check if you've got anything that might be known to cause issues with the vaccine. And I think there was a thing on there today about, to do with blood clots and blood thinning, so they are actually asking that and checking it for anybody interested in that. And then you join another queue, and it's just basically as soon as they've got you ready to a booth where they've got, where they're cleaning everything down, and then a nurse or a doctor gives you your jab, and then you're good to go out the other door. They say, obviously if you get an achy arm, take some paracetamol, whatever. There's a number to phone if you have any more serious problems, but so far my arm's slightly achy, not as bad as a flu jab, and that's it. Maybe I'll feel worse tomorrow than I did today, but I'm happy to have had the vaccine. Because I'm not very severely asthmatic, but, I do have sometimes a bit of breathing problems if dust and that gets down me, so, I'd rather have the vaccine than not have the vaccine. Also, more in the knowledge that by having the vaccine, in a few weeks' time, it should make it harder for the disease in a community sort of sense to spread, which is obviously good for other people, because that helps protect more vulnerable people than me. So there you go. Whole process, I got there slightly early, they let me go in early, and the process took 5 minutes of that, 5 to 10 minutes, and that was, queuing up at the door, having a name checked off the list, being, warned and double-checked about the symptoms, getting, queuing for have the actual jab, and then being shown out the side door so you could leave the car park via the other exit. That was it. Very straightforward. I was actually out by the time my appointment was due to start, so very efficient, very good, and yeah, I'm happy to have had it. Nothing to be afraid of, for obvious reasons if you have this vaccine. Obviously, yes, do check with your doctor if you've got any questions. People actually know your medical records, don't ask me. But I had the Oxford AstraZeneca jab, as you can see on the picture, the Chudox one. But, they offer you whichever vaccines they can give you at your distribution centre. So that's probably what to expect if you're having the vaccine soon, is it's just going to be going into a village hall or a pharmacy or wherever where they can just call you in, on an appointment slot, give you a jab, show you out the other door. Very straightforward, very easy.